Mila works as a school English teacher, yet she has no idea she has been targeted by a mysterious organization. Every single action of hers is watched closely by them. One day, she buys some fry at the market and heads home. Shortly after placing them into the fish tank to observe their condition, a mysterious figure suddenly appears and shoves a sack over her head. The scene cuts immediately to a live stream hosted on the dark web. Mila lies motionless on the floor, seemingly unaware of what has happened to her. When Mila regains consciousness, she finds herself inside a bathroom. The space is completely empty, only a chair and a loudspeaker stand inside the room. A camera mounted on the wall records every move she makes. Terror overwhelms Mila instantly. She begs for mercy in front of the camera, pleading with whoever is watching to spare her. Unaware of the nightmare awaiting her, viewers in the live chat grow thrilled watching her panic. Though no one knows what the stream organizers plan to do, everyone understands nothing good comes from dark web broadcasts. Comments flood the screen urging Mila to dance. Mila remains completely oblivious to all the scrolling messages. She rushes to the door and bangs against it frantically, begging to be released. Anyone would panic after being abducted for no reason. Her desperate cries fall on deaf ears. All her pleas prove useless. Before long, a voice echoes from the speaker. After the speech ends, the broadcast falls silent. Mila realizes these people intend to torture her, sending her deeper into fright. Before she can calm down, a child's voice blares from the speaker, claiming to be the baby she aborted, and telling Mila the body rests inside the bucket on the ground, demanding her to pull it out. When Mila refuses to move, the voice hurls endless filthy insults at her. The voice continues explaining that she can escape only if she retrieves the body. It is clearly a test of obedience. The live feed captures Mila slowly walking toward the metal bucket. The sight inside makes her stagger backward in horror. She crouches on the ground trying to process the horrifying image. 2.5 minutes pass before she gathers the courage to approach the bucket again. Inside lies nothing but rotting flesh resembling infant remains. Overcome with nausea, Mila stretches her hand inside, rummaging through the viscous substance. Eventually, she pulls out a fake baby doll. There is no running water in the room. Mila cannot stand the disgusting fluid covering her skin, and wipes the stinking residue roughly onto her clothes. Some time later, a masked man enters the chamber. Armed with an electric baton, he chases the terrified Mila. The room is tiny, and she has nowhere to flee. He quickly catches her and shocks her repeatedly with the baton, then drags her toward the chair by her hair. The staff signals for her to sit, and Mila complies reluctantly. She passes out the second she settles onto the seat. The loudspeaker activates announcing it is 9 o'clock at night, and virtual reality session is about to begin. When Mila regains her senses, she discovers she has been restrained. The worker places a VR headset over her eyes. Live chat viewers wonder what disturbing content she is forced to watch. Judging from Mila's reactions, the footage must be extremely gruesome. The first day of experimentation concludes. Early the next morning, Mila is transferred into another room. After enduring 24 hours of torment, she reaches her breaking point. Yet this is merely the beginning. The speaker crackles to life once more, informing Mila she must answer questions. Correct answers mean no punishment, while wrong responses result in high-pressure water blasts designed to keep her awake. The first question asks whether she would kill her own father to donate his organs to 5 patients waiting for transplants. Mila refuses to give the answer, and endless torture follows. She cannot withstand the suffering any longer, and states she would sacrifice her father for the organ donation. Mila's parents notice her disappearance immediately and file a police report. Lacking solid evidence, they can only provide authorities with her home address. Detectives are left at a loss. They examine Mila's social media accounts, hoping to find clues about recent suspicious visits. Yet the search yields nothing. Back at the confinement room, Mila survives the water torture, but worse suffering awaits. Staff drag in another woman with a sack covering her head, forcing her onto a stool opposite Mila. Mila is horrified at the sight. A voice plays over the speaker, explaining the rules of a game. Mila must respond to every question, and the woman across from her will be executed for every wrong or missing answer. Mila screams in terror, witnessing the brutal execution. Extreme fear keeps sleep far from her mind. This is exactly what the experimenters want. They aim to torment Mila mentally and physically without any moment of relief. Once the woman's body is removed, workers drag blood all across the floor openly in front of Mila, another form of psychological abuse. Night arrives once again. Mila faces another round of immersive VR visuals. Having stayed awake for 2 full days and nights, she struggles to stay conscious and leans against the wall to rest. Yet she dares not fall asleep, knowing the electric baton awaits anyone who closes their eyes. Another day passes. That evening, staff bring food into the room, but the food container is locked. A countdown plays over the speaker. Mila scrambles to test each key she finds. She unlocks the box just in time and devours the food ravenously. Starving after days without meals, she shoves food into her mouth without thinking. The countdown reaches 0. A voice announces time is up and she failed to locate the exit key. Mila teeters on the verge of collapse, realizing she missed her only chance to escape. When the worker lets his guard slip, she kicks him violently, then grabs the keys off the ground. She attempts each key frantically on the door lock. She is moments away from freedom before the recovered staff shocks her unconscious. Outside, Detective Ham arrives at Mila's apartment. He installs surveillance cameras inside, so police can be alerted instantly if she returns. Before leaving, he informs all neighbors to contact authorities as soon as Mila is spotted. Meanwhile, new torture awaits Mila. Workers wheel a coffin into the room, shock Mila unconscious and place her inside, then lock the lid tightly, leaving only a tiny air hole. Mila wakes trapped inside the confined coffin, screaming uncontrollably out of overwhelming dread. The unknown suffering ahead frightens her most. Soon after, a staff member carries a bag into the space. The bag is filled with rats. Mila screams hysterically. A reminder plays from the speaker, explaining the rats will grow hungry within hours and begin gnawing at everything nearby. For self-preservation, Mila is forced to fight and kill all the rodents. When the coffin is opened again, Mila lies covered in blood. Motionless, she is granted no rest and is forced into another lengthy VR session. Mila feels trapped inside an endless cycle. Day after day of relentless abuse blurs the line between reality and illusion. While standing against the wall, she hears a faint ringing sound. She traces the noise to a doll. Tearing the doll open, she discovers a mobile phone hidden inside. The low battery alert is ringing. Mila instantly dials for help, yet she cannot provide any clear answers when the police ask for details. The phone suddenly powers down, crushing her last strand of hope. Sinking into complete despair, Mila shouts helplessly, unsure what fresh torture awaits her or the true motives of her captors. Gas suddenly sprays from nearby pipes. After inhaling the substance, Mila starts hallucinating. Ghostly figures appear before her, committing suicide in grotesque ways. She approaches a cooking pot, thinking it holds food, only to find a human head boiling inside. Once the gas clears, Mila is carried onto an operating table. She remains fully conscious throughout the procedure. Workers cut open the back of her skull and implant a microchip. Mila barely registers the pain. The moment the chip activates, her perception of the world transforms entirely. She sees nothing but monsters inside a perpetual virtual nightmare assaulting her senses. Through combined physical torment, psychological breakdown, and neural interference, the experimenters successfully twist Mila's mind. When she wakes up, she sits strapped to a chair. Across her stands a stranger, wearing a mask modeled after her father's face. Her brain's facial recognition has been altered by the chip, making her perceive the masked figure as a hideous monster. Driven insane, Mila attacks and kills the man. She notices the exit door is unlocked, grabs a hammer and flees outside. She emerges into an endless underground corridor and eventually steps out inside an abandoned factory left derelict for years. She runs desperately toward the main road until exhaustion makes her collapse on the pavement. A vehicle happens to drive past. But is this encounter truly accidental? Two men, resembling twins, step out of the car. They pull Mila on board without uttering a word and drive her near her own home. Mila exits the car and walks slowly toward her apartment. She enters and rushes straight to the bathroom, submerging herself in water, hoping to wash away all trauma. Suddenly, she hears the front door unlock. Mila jumps in fright, haunted by horrific memories. She hurries to the kitchen and grabs a knife for self-defense. As the newcomer walks inside, her altered visual cortex distorts the visitor's appearance into a terrifying creature. When the figure draws near, Mila charges forward and stabs them to death. The noise from the apartment reaches her downstairs neighbor. He has long had a crush on Mila and knew she was missing. Recalling the police's earlier warning, he immediately contacts the station and reports that Mila may have returned home. Officers arrive quickly and arrest Mila. Doctors examine her body and discover surgical modifications to her brain. They show her photographs of various people to test her reactions. Mila shows no emotion at first, until she sees a picture of her father and flies into a wild rage. Police review surveillance footage captured inside Mila's home. They witness her attacking and killing her father the second he walks through the door. Combined with medical evidence, detectives conclude this is an innovative technological assassination plot. They remain unaware killing Mila's father was never the experiment's objective. Mila was merely a test subject. Once the experiment is deemed successful, the organization abducts the wife of a high-ranking official, locking her inside the same chamber Mila endured. Their plan is clear, using Mila's case as reference to transform the woman into their mind-controlled assassin to eliminate targets. As the loudspeaker crackles to life, this twisted demonic experiment begins once more.